Hello there and welcome to another edition of Loco for Leeds. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United, and today I'm going to be previewing um, our weekend game, the Saturday lunchtime game away at Hull City. Let's get into it. But before we do, of course, let's just a brief note about the Wednesday game. What a good result it was on Wednesday. Keeps us rolling towards the front door exit of this division, going into the Premier League, promotion to the Premier League, which is of course what we're wanting to do, obviously, and I think we will do it. And Wednesday's win was another step closer. Gives us 3 wins in a row now, and let's hopefully we'll continue the good form away at Hull on Saturday. So yeah, let's get into to the game preview. Let's talk about Hull for a minute. And I think this game is similar to the game that we had on Wednesday against Middlesbrough, where it's another kind of Yorkshire derby game. It's another team that are really in really bad form, to be honest. They, like Middlesbrough, no wins since New Year's Day. Last time they won was a 1-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday, and that was now 9 games ago, 9 games without a win. They lost at home on Wednesday against Barnsley, which, I mean, Barnsley are really improving now, and the whole of the bottom 3 are really putting pressure on the teams above them now. Hull are one of those teams that have been under a lot of pressure now, only 4 points above the relegation zone themselves. So, and like I say, they're in really poor form. No wins in 9. They've lost 6 of those 9 games, drawn the other 3. And I just think that, I think it's a strange one. I think they've really dipped in form. Obviously, they've dipped in form since Christmas. And the New Year period, but I think that before then they were actually looking quite as though they might, if they had a good run after Christmas, they might push on to the playoffs. Obviously, it's gone the other way. They've sold the best players on deadline day, and Jared Bowen, of course, went to West Ham, and Grzycki went to West Brom. So, they sold the best players, and they've really struggled for form since Christmas. And obviously the New Year, as well. No wins this year. Let's look at the 5. The last 5 games, 2 points have got, drawn 2, lost 3, and it's not good enough really. And they're sliding towards the back door. I don't think they will get relegated. I think they've got enough about them to stay up. But it's I suppose worrying times for Hull. Any Hull fans watching, give me your thoughts on your team, and how do you think they're going to survive relegation. Obviously, any predictions for this game, it'd be good to hear from you about that. Obviously, that applies to Leeds fans as well, of course. But yeah, I think they're just in a bit of free fall at the moment, and obviously I back us to win this game. And my prediction will come at the end of the game, but I think we've got enough to beat them. Of course we do. A bit of an edge to it with it being a Yorkshire derby, but I don't think that'll be a problem for Leeds to handle. We handled the pressure on Wednesday pretty well, and I think it'll all be about patience again. I think it'll be Hull will come with the sort of game plan. I know they're the home game in this match, but I think they'll come with a game plan of obviously nullifying Leeds and trying to just put the guard up defensively and sort of try and nick a goal on the counter attack, which a lot of teams do against us. Really, obviously, I think we'll dominate possession. I mean, the manager Grant McCann came out on Wednesday after Barnsley defeat. He said, we've got one of the best teams in Leeds coming on Saturday, and if we play like that, we're going to get hammered. I mean, he's obviously not watched our games, this season, because we don't. It's not in our nature, really, unfortunately, to hammer teams, to batter them. And I know I said a few weeks ago that I think somebody is in for a pasting soon. I don't think it'll be Hull on Saturday. I think they'll put the rear guard up, and I think they'll make it difficult for us. I think we will win. Um, but he said we're going to get hammered if we play like that. But I mean, we've got Patrick Bamford up front, so he doesn't like scoring goals, does he? And so he probably, he'll probably miss a hatful again on Saturday, and so it'll fall to somebody else to put the ball in the net as it usually does. And I think we'll have enough to beat them. But obviously we've had a look at their form. Last 9 games, no wins, 6 defeats, 3 draws in the last 5 games. Of course, only 2 draws and 3 defeats. Obviously, our form has improved in the last few games. The last 5 games, only 1 defeat, 1 draw and 3 wins, and 3 wins in a row, 3 clean sheets in a row. Obviously, only scored 3 goals in those games, but that's enough. I'll take 1-0s all day long. If we win every game 1-0 up until now, the end of the season, we go up. So I'll take 1-0s all day long. But yeah, we've obviously improved form in the last 5 games. I think that we're well on the way to what we were before that really disappointing dip in form, and it looks as though we're back on it and on with obviously winning games and looking a bit more solid defensively. Obviously, I'd like to see a bit more going forward, putting teams to the sword a bit. I think that hangs on obviously the attacking players need to come a bit good and score some more goals, because obviously we've won 3 in a row, only 1-0, 3 goals in obviously those 3 games, and obviously 4. If we look at the last 4 games, none of the strikers have scored in any of them games. Obviously none of the Pablo got one, didn't he, on Saturday, but if you look at the other 3 games, obviously Klitsch got one on Wednesday, and Cooper and Ayling, the two of the defensive players, they've got 2 of those 4 goals as well in the last 4 games. So really need the attacking team, the attacking players to show up from now until the end of the season. And and if they do well, we've been lucky that the others in the team have come up and got the goals as well. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who scores, does it? As long as we get the 3 points in the win. But obviously, I personally want to see a bit more from Bamford, and I think I'm going to say that he's playing for his future in Leeds. I don't think if we go up, obviously Bielsa probably will stay. I think obviously Bielsa likes Bamford, but we need more quality in if we're going to compete in the Premier League, if we go up, because he really doesn't really fill any of the fans really with any confidence. I know he works hard for the team, but at the end of the day, he's a striker. He should be judged on how many goals he scores. He's got 12, which is okay, but to see the amount of chances he misses, it's not really okay. He should be scoring. He should be scoring at this point with the chances he's had. He should have probably scored 20 plus easily, really, but he obviously hasn't. It's fallen on the other players to win us the games, which they have done over the last 3 games. And let's just look briefly at the last time we played them at the KCOM. It was the first half of last season, October 2018, early October 18, we played them. And Tyler Roberts scored the only goal of the game, 1-1. It was a really nice goal. And one of the very few games that he wasn't on the injury table. To be honest, he's always injured, isn't he? But when he does play, Roberts, I think he seems to be on the bench last few games, come back from the latest injury. But when he does play, he does seem to give opposition defenders a bit of a run for the money. The last time they beat us at the KCOM, you've got to go back to December 2012. They beat us 2-0, and that was the season that they went up. At the end of that season, 12-13, came second, and they got promoted. It was another forgettable season for us in sort of mid-table, as a lot of them were, barring the last few really. But yeah, I think we'll beat them on Saturday. That brings me to my prediction. I'm going to go with 2-0 Leeds. on Saturday. I think we'll have enough for Hull. We should do, and we'll see come Saturday what the end result is. But I'm predicting 2-0. I think we'll get another win and another step towards promotion.